Morning, mate.
There's going to have to be at least one change in the defence. Are you ready to cope with what they're going to throw at you tomorrow?
I'd like to think so, yeah. We've obviously done our work this week. Ben's injured and Ben's been good for us, but whoever slots in will be good enough to do the job, I'm sure, as always with us.
Mitrovic, I can't remember if you faced him for Swansea or not against Newcastle, but what do you make of him? Because I saw him last weekend, he looks a real handful.
No, I think he came off the bench on his debut for 10 minutes or something, so I've not played against him before, but he looks a handful, yeah. Good player. Obviously a lot of confidence at the minute, and it's it'll be a tough game for us at the back. I think they're obviously a good team, and he puts himself about as well, so it'll be interesting.
He likes a scrap, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. I think they're a good old-fashioned striker, so it's something that we don't really mind playing against, and it's just a different kind of challenge.
Chris was saying he felt the edge was back in this camp. Have you sensed that as well?
Yeah, definitely this week. I think training's been a lot sharper than it has been. Focus has been heightened as well a lot, so that's good.
And how much difference does having Aaron Ramsey bring?
Well, he's one of the top class players, and obviously we need people like him on the pitch to do. If we want to do what we want to do, we need him, Gaz, Joe. So it's pleasing to have him back.
Have you missed it?
With no disrespect to the people that have come in, probably, yeah. I think he's an important player for us, and we need him. We need him out on the pitch, and so, to see him this week and to see him out there is a pleasing sight for us.
And a really pivotal game in the group.
Yeah, it's a big game against a good team. We didn't get the win last time, and we won it this time. Good performance, good win. We don't meet up again for a while, so that's important also, to try and finish this calendar year with a win.
The last one for me, Johnny Williams is saying that he wanted it like it was against Belgium here in the qualifiers. You'd set for that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's got a bit of a feel to that, similar to that game. I think we need to give the fans something to get excited about early on, and then we want them to have that same atmosphere for us to drive us on. But we understand that we need to give them something to go off, and hopefully we can have another evening similar to that.
It's the last game last year, an amazing year. People will remember forever, but how important is it to finish the year on a high? It's going to be a big night tomorrow night.
Yeah, no, it's massive. We was disappointed after the last camp, I think, but against a good Georgia team, and not taking nothing away from them, but we don't want that disappointing feeling again. We want to, as you say, finish the year on a high. It's been a good year for Welsh football. We want to finish it properly, but more importantly than that, we've got a job to do here in this campaign, and we know this is an important game in what we're trying to do.
And they seem to have got their edge back as well. Serbia, they seem to be back in business.
Yeah, with the new manager, I think they changed the shape a little bit. They look a lot better. I'm sure they're full of confidence as well, and they'll probably be saying this is a big game for them also. So we know it's difficult. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be one that we have to work hard for. We have to stick to our plan, try and execute it as good as we can. Hopefully, you see a good game again with two good teams, and we're, as I say, we're confident in the work that we've done this week that we can get the win.
Ashley, the last time Serbia played here was a bad defeat. Does that inspire you to put the record straight, or do you think it's going to inspire them a bit as well?
I'm not sure what it means to them. We like to try and keep away from things like that. I think when we lost as well away, which is none of us have forgot that night. But it's not. We'd love to beat them, but for the reasons that we need to beat them first and foremost. And then if it feels like we've put it right a little bit from those two games when we had them last time, then fine. But first and foremost, I think we just need to win because we need the points and we want the points in this campaign.
You mentioned the Belgium night here and the atmosphere. Can you talk a bit about what that felt like to play in? This unreal atmosphere.
Yeah, no, I think it was. I still think maybe it was one of my best nights in football. The atmosphere was incredible and full house. We'd give it our all. They drove us on. We ended up getting a 1-0 win. It was the best result you can ask for in a game like that. It was just constant singing from the fans. It was just you think you had to be. Anyone that was in the stadium that night knows what I'm trying to get across. It was just an unbelievable feeling throughout the game, really, especially second half. Towards the last 20 minutes, and when we was tired and we was cramping up, they just drove us on to get the win.
As an individual, what does that feel like? You sort of talking through the last 10 minutes of what it felt like when, like you say, cramping up.
Well, normally you're so involved in the game that you don't really take notice of what's going on. You obviously hear it, but I think that when they started to sing the anthem, it was that loud that you had no choice but to just stop for a minute and understand what's going on.
2 minutes silence in remembrance of those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Staff of the FAW will be joined by the Royal Welsh and students of the Military Training Preparation College pitch site. All
It's your
staff
fault.
and visitors may watch the ceremony and take silence from the director's box.
Yeah, so no, but it's one of them where you do stop a little bit and you kind of realise, this is something special, and then you've got that determination to not let the lead slip. And I remember at the final whistle, Guntz rugby tackled me onto the floor, and he was emotional, and I thought, I've never really seen this before on a pitch, and that's when I knew that night was going to be something that I'd always remember.
You could do with another night like that, though,
Yeah, definitely, against a good team, as I say, and if we're to win this game, we have to do a lot of things right, and we'll have to work as hard as we did that night. We'll have to stick to our plan like we did that night, and if we do that, I'm sure we can beat anyone.
Do you think you respond better to that kind of pressure situation, given how important that was to win that game against Belgium, and now the same kind of here, really, with the fact that you're only top of the team definitely?
In recent years, yeah, I think that we've always kind of faced up to the challenge when it was a big one like that, and we've responded well. Even in the Euros, a few times we needed that, and we did. I don't think it's it's not a desperation. It's not a one-off game. It's not we need to win to qualify, but we understand that it's an important game and one that we want to win and one that we want to perform well in.
Actually, the players disappointed after FIFA's verdict yesterday with wearing orange in the shirts of the Allies.
No, I haven't spoke to them about it, to be honest. It's something that we wouldn't really get involved with too much. Someone else makes those kind of decisions and we follow along. It's not something that, we're obviously doing our work for the game and that's what we're here for, so we're just kind of concentrating on that.